Can you imagine how the coming of Jesus to earth has changed our understanding of God? Before Jesus came, the world was a cruel and brutal place. Compassion and humility were considered weaknesses to avoid. People lived in fear of breaking the commandments and being punished by God. Hope and love were in short supply. Now you might be tempted to respond, what has changed? The world is still cruel. Human brutality makes the news every single night. And indeed, it is true, we are still suffering from the shockwaves of our sin, from the chaos that our human rebellion against God has produced. But God, quite simply, what has changed is that Jesus demonstrated God's true nature, not only by what he said, but also by what he did. He showed us that God uses his power to heal, not to harm, to restore, not to destroy. And we, as disciples of Jesus, are learning to do the same. We are actually learning. Can you identify with the desperate father in this story? Who knows what he's been told by the scribes? Who knows how many doctors or exorcists or healers this dad has visited in vain? As beaten down as he must have felt, he musters his plea to Jesus. But if you are able to do anything, have pity on him. Here is a father who has tried so hard to do his best for his son. So hard, and he is weary. He acknowledges his lack of confidence, his lack of faith. And yet he asks anyway. He calls out to Jesus. Jesus responds, if you are able, all things can be done for the one who believes. To which the father cries out, I believe, help me in my unbelief. I believe that Jesus appreciates the man's honesty, his willingness to ask for help. The man knows he's struggling, and he is willing to ask for greater faith. He's willing to ask for what he needs.